Klay returned. You know, it was a big hype around Klay. The Warriors gave everybody in attendance a captain's hat for Klay's return. You know, I think that was a great tribute video, which he well deserved. But y'all got the dub, right? Steph got hot in the fourth. I know you and Klay and like, man, let's kick that off. What was that like?
Man, Steph was on 10 the whole time. And you knew it right away when they tried to post him up, very first play, and he fouled Klay. And that's one of the ones where, like, he knew it right away that it was a bad foul. He didn't care. He didn't think anything of it. He was so overzealous to get the stop. And so, and so that play, like, all right, it's a little, what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a little testy. The very next play, they try to run the same play again. And my man's in the corner. So I try to bump him out to Najee Marshall, like, yo, bump, I'm here. So I can switch and guard the post. He totally ignored me. And so I run all the way over there to bump him out.
He didn't get the script. He didn't get the script.
I have to run all the way back to the other side of the paint to guard my man because he won't bump out. And sure enough, he get the next couple stops and he dialed in, man. And I knew, I knew he'd be dialed in. I'm gonna keep it G with you. I watched Klay's interview leading up to it, all of them. I read all the quotes. I watched any interview I could find. And I watched Steph interviews leading up to it. Now, mind you, when they asked me the other day at OKC, I totally ignored the question. I'm like, we got an NBA Cup game.
Yeah.
And that's what Thursday is about. I mean, not Thursday. That's what whatever day of the week it was.
Monday.
It's
Monday,
it's
Tuesday.
it's the NBA
Wednesday.
season. It's Groundhog Day.
The next game.
Absolutely. And so I'm like, that's what it is. And I completely ignored the question.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Steph's answer, and I saw Klay's answer, and then I saw Steph answer. And it was a little sentimental. And I'm like, all right. And then I see Steph speak on somewhere different. And it was a little more sentimental. And I go look at Klay's stuff, and I'm like, all right. So finally, yesterday morning, I text Steph. And I text him like, hey, listen here, big dog. I need you to be locked in. Whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you need to do, if that's watch this tribute video, before we actually see it go up on the board, whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that your emotions are where they need to be. So we dialed in. I said, and I'm gonna do the same. And so I hit double R, Raymond Ritter, and I said, Ray, I need to see that tribute video. And Ray sent it to me. And I watched the tribute video and I was like, all right. So I got it out.
Yeah.
And Steph got it. So by the time Steph come in the game last night, he pissed. I didn't call. As soon as I texted him, he called me right away. So I done tried to stir the pot a little bit, baby. I'm stirring the pot. Ain't no, oh, my splash brother. Nah.
Nah.
I'm stirring the pot.
We
like,
the
hey,
ops. Man. We the ops.
Hey, so I pissed Steph off. He like, yeah. I talked to Klay last night about, he was like, because Steph was supposed to speak before the game. He like, yeah, I called Raymond and told him I'm not speaking. Like, I just need to lock in on the game, so I ain't speaking. And I talked to Klay about it. Tried to check in with Klay on something else, and Klay ghosted him. So he got pissed. And here we go. Here we go.
That's why he was on 10. That's why at the end of the game, hey, bro, that end of the game, that was almost like the Olympic shot. You feel me?
Man,
like
what?
He was on, even after the game, after y'all shook hands, it was like, what was that feeling like? Because, it's so much emotions, bro. That, Klay is legacy brother, almighty, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Hall of Famer, and that y'all connection, you know what I mean? That's the first time, we've been able to see the not connection. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy? Steph said to me right away, he was like, yo, we had Andre when he left and he came back, and like KD's kind of never really materialized. Like, it was so many
Mhm.
years in between him playing, actually coming back and play here from when he left, that it was kind of never really, that. He was like, but we ain't had nothing like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So that moment, bro, it was such an incredible feeling because we've done special things together, and Klay included. Like, there's none of
Right.
this without Klay. It's crazy
Right.
because I was talking to Trav last night, and Trav was like, yo, you and Steph was locked in so crazy. He was like, but it's nuts because Klay was locked in too. He said,
Yeah.
and when I saw how all three of y'all were able to lock in on that game,
That's how y'all
he
know
said,
how y'all won that
he
championship,
said
bro.
it makes so
Yeah.
much sense. He said
It
these
makes so
people
much
had to
sense.
deal with three of y'all like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
it makes so much sense when I watch how all three of y'all was locked
It's
in.
levels to it.
Absolutely. And saying that, so knowing that and understanding that, like, the night couldn't have gone better and it couldn't have been a better feeling for us. It's us two still holding it down,
Yep.
still holding the fort
Oh,
down, still trying
geez.
to do
Holding the
special
block
things.
down.
You know what I'm saying? And to know, like, hey, he ain't with us no more. That felt good. And so, like I said, the night could not have gone any better. When you talk about NBA script writers, as the
Right.
people say
Right.
on Twitter and
No, that
Instagram,
was perfect setup.
that script, Klay Thompson played great,
Great.
incredible, and they lost. That's
Yep.
that's how we needed the night to go.
that's
And
that's
so
how the script
when
needed to
Steph
go.
had those moments though, when he like locked into the moment and he
It
get
do
to talking
something.
this shit,
He gonna start. Boop. He gonna start because Steph came out talking shit. Then
hey, from the
Clay hit him
gate,
with the shimmy. Then
it
Clay
was
caught fire,
trash.
and then you see Steph over there. He hot. You know what I mean? You know.
Pissed.
And then and back to the intensity. Like Clay's intensity up Dallas level. I don't even
Absolutely.
think the Mavericks seen something like that. You know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
like watching how you and Steph were on this side, Moody got off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Moody was balling. Buddy was balling. Everybody,
Melt was balling.
Melton was balling. Looney played big. You feel what I'm
9
saying? Like,
offensive rebounds in
come on,
14
dude.
minutes is
Come
crazy.
on, dude. Come on, dude.
That's
That's the
insane,
UCLA
BD.
Bruin right there.
Yes,
And then my
Lord.
dog, defensive player of the year. We on that track. Let's talk about these stats. 11.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Even Steph, he talked about it after the game. He said, "Man, you put on a master class on the defensive end." I would agree to that, especially the block on Daniel Gafford that saved a big shot. You know what I mean? You was the plug. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
was the plug
Mm-hmm.
all night, man. Just talk about. I want to like, what was it? You know what I mean? Like you starting to look and feel young again, bro.
Hey,
What
bro,
is it?
I feel incredible, bro. I'm in the best shape I've been in years. I'm as focused as I've
Mm-hmm.
been in years. Like, I'm so dialed in on these moments, man. Like, just enjoying playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yep.
enjoying going
Yep.
out there and grinding, knowing that we've been counted out. We the underdogs. Like, it feel good to be the underdog again.
Yeah.
My whole
Yeah.
life I was the underdog. Being all this high and mighty shit ain't what I'm
Yeah.
accustomed to. Like, I've been an underdog my whole life. And so just being back in that role, like, I
Mhm.
feel that. You know what I'm saying? I've been that space. I feel that. I'm locked in. And, I had to have a conversation with myself this summer. Just, last couple of years, I've been kind of like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the commentating stuff is around the corner. Like, I want to transition into some of that as I'm done.
Yeah.
And, you start looking at all, and I'm like, man, I start focusing so much on that stuff
Yep.
to where basketball is kind of almost put on the back burner. I flipped that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, and this summer I'm locked in, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know if it's 1 year, if it's 2 years, if it's 3 years, if it's
All the
five.
way in.
I don't know, but I actually don't care.
Right.
What I do know is whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, I will be in tip-top shape for each and every last one of them. And I'm going to be dialed in on the task at hand and enjoying this game that we've been playing since kids.
Totally.
For this opportunity that we wanted since kids.
Yep.
That's where my mind is. And so to be like, I got goals, but I really want that defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like CP being here last year and having 10 all defense teams and like 8 first team. I'm like, dang, man, I still got more to do. You know, I still got more to get. And and that's how I'm feeling, bro. I'm locked in. And so, you know, to get that block on Gafford in that moment, it was literally very reminiscent of Kyrie's drive, and Kyrie had to drop off to him last year.
Yeah.
Same exact play. This time it was Luka got to drop off. Come on. Like, but them the plays where down the stretch, Steph making them shots, like that's what he do. Me making them plays, that's what I do. Like that's like that. You know, I gotta do my part on that side so that he can do his part on the other side.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it, bro.
Man, you can just tell it's a different mentality. You know what I mean? And then just even talking how we talk every day, it's like you choosing to make that a moment with Klay, right? That's what you need. You choosing to make that a Boston moment, the OKC moment. Like, it's almost like you re-energize and you plan like, shit, man, if this is my last game, they're going to get Draymond Green. They're going to get the best version of Draymond Green that the league's seen. And that is what the team needs, bro. That is like, and the points. You feel what I'm saying? You know how I am about these points. I like the 11. You feel we got to get them points too. You feel me? But it was
and it's making defenses play me a totally different way.
They
you know
are.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're I can tell by the way they guard me, they're accounting for that now. It ain't just like, oh, he make it. They're now like, oh,
they got to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because you getting shots in rhythm, and it's in offensive rhythm, it's an offensive flow. You know what I mean? And so them 6 assists, you know what I mean? That's another 12 points, 18 points, depending on how many threes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I like the aggression, because now, like, you a playmaker, dog. Always.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You always been a playmaker. So when you out there and I see you doing that and looking for your shot and making plays, I'm like, okay, we gonna have a good night. We in good company.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's how I feel. That's where we at.